Thank you for another day. We thank you for this mentoring program. We thank you for New Shiloh, who gives us space to hold this program. Please help me to be what you want me to be. Help me to be even a better leader. Help us to go for 25 more years. Lord, bless these young men. Help them to stay out of trouble. Help them to do well in school. Help them to stay away from fights and drugs and guns. Lord, bless this day. Help the teachers and tutors that have come to feel that their time is appreciated. Bless them, Lord. Be with all of my staff. Be with all who have anything to do with this program. Bless every donation. Lord, bless this city. Help people to stop killing one another. Help us all to have faith. Help us all to believe in big things. Help us all not to ever give up.
So in 1996, we started the mentoring program. I was working for social services, and young people were coming in the building completely out of control, cursing, fighting, being totally disrespectful. And I said, hey, I can work with some of these young people and help them to make better choices, to consider using better language. Wrote up a proposal to use the space on Saturdays. It was accepted. We started with 5 young men, and now we're in 2022, and we've served over 3,000 young men, and we're continuing to grow. I care about the children of Baltimore City, especially working with young men between 8 and 18. And we're just trying to keep them out of the criminal justice system, and we're trying to keep them out of the cemetery. And we do that by a myriad of activities and opportunities. And it's really all about exposure.
So in March, we're going to try to do another overnight trip. So just stay tuned. Does anybody like going on an overnight trip? Show of hands. Okay, you get your freedom, you get good food, and hopefully you learn something. So for March, we're going to try to take another overnight trip.
We're taking 2 college trips this year. We went to Lafayette College earlier this year, which is a small liberal arts college in Pennsylvania, and we had a great time. They met with the administration, admissions, financial aid. They met and talked with students. They got to see the gym. They walked the campus. The weekend we were scheduled to go, it rained, and nobody lost a beat. When we got there, they gave out ponchos, and we walked in the rain and learned and had a good time.
I just want y'all to get it. We gotta step up our game. I don't want everybody or anybody in here to be flipping burgers or cleaning toilets. I want you to run your own business. I want you to have a cybersecurity job. I want you to become a doctor, a lawyer. I want you to come up with a new design for a tennis shoe label that makes millions of dollars.
Many families can't afford to take these kinds of trips. So every time we move, every time we get ready to do something, there is a sense of excitement. This year we'll be going to University of Maryland, College Park. Every time we take a trip, we get on a bus, there's a ride involved, and then once we get there, they get their keys, they decide who they want to room with. So they're staying in a room, they're 2 to a room. And then once they get their bags situated in their room, we meet up, we talk about what's going to happen. So we'll be going to University of Maryland College Park, June 17th through the 19th. And they're going to meet with admissions. They're going to meet with financial aid. They're going to meet with students. They're going to walk the center.
Failure is not an option for you. You're absolutely right to hold on to that as your motto, because it isn't. And the opportunity is there for you. You just have to take it. You have to take it. It's your life. You take ownership of your life. Yes, your parents are there to help you, but ultimately you own your decisions. When you go to college, what happens is you meet people from every zip code of the United States and every zip code of the world, and it exposes to opportunities to you that you can't even imagine that could be you. That could be you. Your ticket to your journey is an education. Don't let anybody fool you. It's not anything else. It's not anything else.
They're going to go to the Xfinity Center because many of them are interested in sports. So they're going to do a lot of things that they wouldn't normally get to do because they're not leaving their neighborhood. So those trips are vital. July, we're going to the go-kart track. That's what I like to do as a child, and many of them don't get those opportunities. It's not cheap, but again, we have budgeted to be able to do that, and they have a good time. They ride safely, drive safely around the go-kart track, and then we have a pizza party. November is also our Thanksgiving. We have a Thanksgiving fellowship. The men of the church will prepare turkey and ham and those kinds of things, but every family brings a dish, so everybody has a stake in it. Then in December, we go to a local restaurant. Our young men need to be exposed to the finer things of life so they have an appreciation. I believe when they have an appreciation, it makes them want to work harder, because working harder, they can do those things with their friends or their families at some point. So if they never get exposed to it, they just don't know.
Went to Johns Hopkins University. We saw the murals around the city. We saw Thurgood Marshall's home. We saw Frederick Douglass's estates.
And like we eat, have lunch, have dinner. We go on nice places like the Wizards, and we sometimes go to hotels and other stuff.
So we got to go and see the Washington Wizards play a basketball game, and many of our young men love basketball. We always have a good time. The Wizards organization treats us very well, and we're trying to set up an opportunity for the young men this year to meet with some of the players. They were very close to the court, and that included a food voucher so they can get hot dogs, soda, that kind of thing. So we always want people to have a good experience. We want our young people to remember, hey, I went to the Wizards game, and whether they won or lost, they got to see some good plays, because typically they're watching it on TV, but they got to see it in person. And we'll do it again this year in November. The Piedmont Learning Center was a great field trip. That was an outdoor experience where I don't want us to always be inside. That's why we try to go a lot of different places, because they're in home. They're inside at home. So Piedmont Learning Center is a nature center in the woods. They got to cook. They got to do hiking. They got to do yoga. They got to work with bees, and they had to put on special equipment to work with the bees because we didn't want anybody to get stung. But they learned how honey is made. So they really got an appreciation for nature. The Swift Staffing Company comes in once a year to teach young men about the world of work. What does it mean to come to work? How should you dress? How do you properly fill out an application? How do you address whoever is interviewing you? So we try to, again, focus on the best side, the positive side. If you go in a t-shirt and jeans, you may get the job, but the first impression is a lasting impression. We do some role play, and this summer we're going to have 10 positions at the Martin's West Summer Lunch Program. So our young men will be able to make some money and learn a skill. We went to the CIAA basketball tournament. Mayor Brandon Scott recently visited our program and said he was going to make sure we had free tickets, and he did just what he said he was going to do. They sent tickets, and our families got to go and enjoy the CIAA tournament. Again, the young men love basketball, and it's an opportunity, it's a family outing that families can take part in when they don't have the money to take part in it. We go to the YMCA in the summertime, June, July, and August. First Saturday of each month. We want them to learn about the importance of fitness and eating healthy and taking care of their bodies while they're young. So when they get older, they won't have health challenges like so many in the African American community do. Every time you get a bus, again, it's $400 or $500. When we go to sporting events, you have to get a bus. Went down and toured the Ravens Stadium, had to get a bus. If we go to the Orioles game, got to get a bus. Going over to DC in November to see the Washington Wizards, got to get a bus. So there's a chunk of money each time. And then the young men got to eat. You know, every time we meet, first and third Saturday, after the meeting is over, we serve lunch. So, you know, it costs. The donations are needed. They're used wisely. We have a tutoring component. We do tutoring Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evening from a virtual component. We have certified teachers, we pay our teachers. Parent training is very, very critical. They're able to be in a forum where they can talk about the challenges that they have raising their child or children. the problems that they have. So we go from financial literacy to savings to mental health to suicide. We try to cover every topic, and we bring in an outside consultant and we pay them because I think it's just that important. My right hand is Ms. Wanda Powell. She writes the checks. She does the ordering of supplies. She does a lot of administrative things, and I really, really appreciate all that she brings. We have a great deal of volunteers. We have persons who come the first Saturday to help with reading. We depend on people from the church, New Shiloh, as well as the Towson Unitarian Universalist Church. They come on a consistent basis. Volunteers are crucial. Tommy Boozer, Miss Joyce Stewart, Imhotep Simba. Imhotep was in the program when he was 7 years old. He finished college and is working now at the Annie Casey Foundation, and now he brings his son. So he's very much a part of it. We have 2 teachers that help us with the literacy and the math and the computer piece and the STEM camp. So I definitely could not do all that is taking place by myself. So we have a lot of good people. We're always in need of donations. And we have a website, got to keep the website up to date. We have to buy t-shirts. We have to buy supplies for the office. We have to buy computers. The STEM camp, we're going to need a lot of supplies for that. So it's very, very important that people consider donations, whether it's $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, $20, $5. There's a person who sends us $5 every month, and I'm grateful. People have been very generous. We're a 501c3 organization. They can write it off, and we've been able to stay afloat. We have Cash App. We have our Facebook page that has PayPal. We need everybody to consider writing a check. If it's $5, if it's $100, if it's $1,000, if it's $10,000, we're not going to turn down anything. The only thing I turn down is my collar. So we have Cash App, $ Mentoring Male Teens. You can send us a donation that way. On our website, mentoringmaleteens.org, we have a PayPal button. Our P.O. Box, P.O. Box 6756, Columbia, Maryland, 21045. You can always call me, Cameron Miles, 410-852-8013. And all checks should be made out to Mentoring Male Teens. We're grateful. We're grateful for every check that comes in, regardless of the amount. You will receive a thank you letter for tax purposes. Some people want to write it off because we are, again, a 501c3 organization. We're in good standing in the state of Maryland. Please consider writing a check. Send one yearly. It'll go a long way to hopefully keep young men out of the criminal justice system and out of the cemetery prematurely.
Today, and I want you to treat her as a rock star. She is very good at what she does. She's a motivator, she's a teacher, and even though she may not look like you, she cares a great deal about you. So what's the R word for today? Respect.
So we use push-ups in the program as a sanction when young people are not listening the way that they should, or they might be playing with a cell phone and they're not giving the presenter the respect and focus that they should. We use push-ups, and after a while our young men's arms start to get tired, and their arms start to get tired, they decide they're going to focus and stop playing around, and they don't do any more push-ups. But it's a good attention getter.
just like your name, right? Yeah.
I am a king. I have self-worth. If it is to be, it is up to me. For good, better, or best, never let it rest until my good gets better and my better gets best. A setback is a setup for a comeback. I love myself. Failure is not an option.